righty, welcome back to the Red Corner for Slim and Bones. I am Devo. Boys, we have a special early off-season mailbag edition coming tonight. But we have a lot of big time announcements. Shall we just jump right on into them, boys?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, so announcement number one. The Red Corner are now YouTube partners. We're officially YouTube partners, baby. So now we can afford Slim's salary. I was getting nervous, Bones. I didn't know if we were going to be able to keep him on board, but we're YouTube partners now, so he's still with us.
Yeah, we just signed that deal. That's why we're a little late.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some last-minute docu-signs were getting signed. Second big announcement. It is the Red Corner's 1-year anniversary, baby.
All right.
So 1 straight year, every single week we came here. So, boys, it's been a blast, and we're not going anywhere. Third big announcement. Don't worry, guys. That mailbag and those free raffles are coming. Third announcement. Slim, you've been getting asked, I don't know how long. The Red Corner, we want a merch store. We want a merch store. You got yourselves a merch store, Red Riders. TheRedCornerPod.com. TheRedCornerPod.com. Boys, let me hear you say that. I love the way that rings.
TheRedCornerPod.com. TheRedCornerPod.com. Give me two, Bones. Give me two.
TheRedCornerPod.com. TheRedCornerPod.com.
There it goes.
All right, now give me two. Right, that's how it goes.
You told, give me two.
Exactly. So all you got to do, you see it right in the corner, RedCornerPod.com. We got merch. We got it all there. We got some information on the podcast. So jump on over there. And actually, technology is pretty crazy, boys. Now, we actually got our merch dropped right here in this video. So you can see below some teaser items. So take a look at there. But here's our last announcement and the most important announcement. We just mentioned our Red Corner website and merch store. But we are kicking things off and partnering with the Pink Elephant Movement, which is a Philadelphia nonprofit. What do, guys? They help children and family members that have been impacted by addiction. This is a phenomenal organization. Slim Bones and I personally know the people that run this organization. They're having their 10-year anniversary this year, and we wanted to kind of help them, a little bit of a kickstart any way we can. So you're going to see right there, right below, it's a Stop the Stigma t-shirt, black t-shirt. If you don't see it below, go to our website, redcornerpod.com. Do us a favor. If you can afford it, buy that shirt. 100% of all net proceeds, go to the Pink Elephant Movement. So the redcornerpod.com. Boys, how we feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Yesterday, I decided to watch another movie. I caught the classic Aladdin, and quickie for both of yous. When the Robin Williams genie, right, his opening scene, he puts on a certain other famous character's hat, right? And hat is loose, right? He puts on another famous Disney character hat. Sometimes you see kids wear them in the park. Which character's hat did the genie put on? Kind of breaking the third wall, too.
Yeah, I think I know this. Bones, do you know it?
I haven't seen that movie in so long. It used to be my favorite movie growing up, too.
Mickey Mouse hat?
We back,
Goofy.
of course.
Is it?
They got to be cheating. Devo cut the internet.
Now we can hear you.
Boy.
Slim, you're having some technical issues, but we'll get back to that. My guess was the Mickey Mouse hat. I don't know if that's correct or not, but
I'm going Goofy.
This is what we're going to do. We're going to move on here.
Buddy.
We'll get back to that.
Can't believe this is happening.
Let us get Slim. Stop talking, brother. Bones, let us get that first raffle going here. This is live TV, folks.
All right, we got the first raffle here. We're giving away. We got a little garden pole and a flag.
Oh,
flag here and the garden pole right here.
It's a Phillies
good
one,
for
right?
you people. If we got some Red Riders in Jersey or got lawns, this ain't good for city people. So, I'm going to throw these. I got these names in a drawer here, and I'm going to pick one out. So, without further ado, little drum roll, please. The first winner we got is Jamie L.
Jamie
L. from Instagram.
Congratulations, Jamie. You won that Phillies lawn flag. Is that the correct description, Bones?
Garden flagpole.
Garden flagpole. we got a raunchous chat. We got Willie D saying use some of those merch funds and get Slim some upgraded Wi-Fi.
Damn.
Willie D, we were just talking about that.
I know he's on mute.
Now he muted himself, Willie D.
Yeah, I had to mute myself because I was unfortunately using profanities off air. I don't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi. I apologize a trillion times. Call me
Arby's Wi-Fi over there.
Yeah, I it comes from, I don't know what's going on with it. We got to figure this out, no doubt. The answer to my question, hopefully one of you guys get it. It was he puts on a Goofy's cap.
Bones got it.
Got your first one, Bones? You're a beast.
Bones knows. Yeah. All right, guys. So congratulations, Jamie L. And folks, there is a lot more where that came from. We're going to rotate. We're going to do a subscriber question. Then we're going to go back to giveaways.
I may owe the Riders a gift. I might owe the Riders a quarter zip for that internet. You know, I might have to give away a quarter zip.
Those are nice. We've been selling a couple of the quarter zips. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, they're cool.
All right, so let's get to the first question. This is a mouthful here, guys. So we're going to have it down there. So this is from Shane R. So he has no issue about what Dave Dombrowski said about Harper. He's saying he was right. Bryce's response was weak. It almost seems manufactured. Could Bryce be trying to force his way out of his hometown of Las Vegas?
Yes, absolutely. I can see because Dave's not dumb, right? Everyone who's saying Dave Dombrowski's dumb, yada, 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 they're absolutely wrong. And the reason I say that is because who's his agent? Boris, right?
Correct. Scott Boris.
And Boris advised him to not have all that no trade stuff, and he has it in there. And I think a little bit he's upset about it because they're being firm on not renegotiating like Bones knows, you know? So I think there's a little gamemanship there for sure.
Yeah, I don't know about the Las Vegas Athletics just because they're like a bad team, you know?
Right.
But to me, it seems like he is trying to force something upon us since he's not getting this contract extension that's been going on for 2 years now. Because, like we talked before, I didn't have a problem with Dombrowski's comments, but just the way, and then he goes back and talking about how he's with Washington and he heard these trade rumors and it upset him. I don't remember hearing trade rumors in Washington. Granted, we're up here, but even nationally, I don't remember hearing trade rumors about Bryce Harper. But is that saying something about him? Because, like we talked about before, he left there and they immediately won a World Series.
I think something
Was there a selfish thing with him going on?
I don't think he's selfish. I think you got to figure who's this kid. He's a dude, right? Who he was born to play baseball, man. You know, he is a beast. At 16, he gets the GED. He starts playing. He gets drafted. So all he really knows is he's baseball, 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 baseball. And I think he's kind of just off color the way he makes comments and stuff. He's being earnest, just like Dombrowski was being a little earnest. So I think that's what we have there. They're both being a little bit honest and earnest there. But here's where I get nervous. And what do you guys think about this? Because I threw this out there and people were coming at me for this. I said, he's the face of the franchise. He should be able to take some heat. And everybody says, Slim, what are you talking about? If he's the face of the franchise, how's he in trade conversations? I now hate that term, face of the franchise, because the franchise is the franchise or the organization is the franchise or whatever. So I'm now out on ever even saying face of the franchise because everyone should always be on the table. Second point, could you see Harper having a post-career here, you know? So that's the other thing. Are we going to, does he have a long-term foundational locker room base to build upon, or will he go reserve? Because again, he's been a spotlight since he was 16 years old.
So a couple things there. So I would say I really do think as Phillies fans, we're almost biting the hand that fed us here, right? So let's not forget where we were before Harper got here, right? Everyone likes to joke about Harper, the GM, Harper this, Harper that, but he did help bring some big names here, right? And we did get to have 4 straight postseason runs since he's been here. Now, there's a lot that's going on here with all these rumors and how Harper reacted, and it's one of those classic, Slim, you love this, both things can be true scenarios. This is what I will say. It sounds to me like Slim, you just alluded to this. There might have been some type of handshake deal going on or some type of mutual understanding between Harper's camp and the Phillies, thinking, hey, look, I'm telling you that I don't want an opt-out, right? I'm going to be here forever. But, if things are going well in the middle of that contract, let's pepper some extension on there. And maybe there was a little bit of in passing there, but it wasn't in writing, right? We all know the classic, it wasn't in writing. So here we are right now. Harper wins an MVP. And what does he hear John Middleton say 3 or 4 years into his deal? That Harper's probably underpaid, right? You remember those comments when he said that? He's like the best contract in baseball, basically, at that point. So Harper's hearing all this stuff, and he's thinking, well, why don't, if that's the case, then why don't you extend me? Why don't you put a little bit more on there? So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to say is I do think Dave Dombrowski was too honest. I think that's a little bit more of an too old school. It's too much of a living in la-la land, not living in the real world. A GM or president of baseball operations, part of his job is to anticipate how the media and the player will react to this. Now, if this was like a guy who was a 23-year-old, borderline minor league player, a borderline major league player, and Slim drops off again, and he's trying to motivate him to come up, different story. But someone like Harper, I just don't think there's any place for that.
No, and I kind of think maybe Dombrowski was jumping ahead a little bit when he made the comments because of these reports that came out like the last couple of years of him wanting a contract extension, right? Maybe he's maybe there's something going on behind the scenes, and he just wanted to like jump it out there, like throw these stats. I don't think he's elite, so I don't think he deserves this extension. Maybe throwing a little shade there. But something was off all season with Harper. And we talked about it back in spring training, and something was just weird there. So this kind of isn't that surprising to me.
No, I think you're onto something there with the speculation that he was trying to light a little fire. Let's go to the chat really quick because we got a lot of funny activity. So Nick S saying the classic Dombrowski. Shout out to Nick S. And we got Bruce in the chat saying, we were in the same place we were prior to Harper. No World Series wins. Yeah, but we really weren't, though, Bruce, because for a 10-year span, we didn't go to the playoffs, right? Harper got here, and we've been in the playoffs 4 straight years. I hear what you're saying, though.
But technically, we really didn't go to the playoffs until Kyle Schwarber came in. Nick Castellanos came in.
That's fair.
Because Harper was here for 3 years, and we were below 500 or a 500 baseball team.
It's a pretty good counter there. Trey Turner as well. He came, right, obviously, a year after that.
It seems like they're missing that 1980s, right, that Pete Rose, someone who's been around, maybe someone who has a title under their belt already, to show them how to maybe throw some of the emotional stuff in the garbage when it comes to the postseason. And honestly, the off season.
For sure. We got Willie D in the chat saying here that the Harper trade talk is clickbait that was created. Harper should be pissed off because he brought the Phillies back to being a playoff team, making it a destination for free agent. Again, I tend to agree, Willie D. Boys, get Slim.
No, Harper says he engages with this stuff. So, like I said, I'm a little bit shocked at his reaction. I think he was just being honest. And it's funny because it wasn't like the report was a little while later, at least a few days or so, or even a week later, almost.
So more than a week later. Before that, because we didn't really directly address that. So before we go to the next raffle, what did you guys think about Harper going to a Phillies insider and Matt Gelb directly and giving his feelings,
Absolutely.
basically saying my feelings were hurt. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think about that, Slim? You're brutal tonight, brother.
It's honestly, I can't believe how bad it is.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
just
fine.
I'm just muscling through it. And things are absolutely not going to be here next week. I'm not going to have this Wi-Fi next week. I can't use this laptop next week.
A lot of changes.
The only thing I can think of right now, and don't laugh, I know you're going to laugh, I think my camera is too high quality. And it's just like I don't know.
It's like a seesaw. When your camera quality goes up, everything else goes down.
And it's brutal because it's the biggest episode of the year, So anything bad I said about big PT performers like Harper, Castellanos, and Schwarber, I take it all back. Kirkland, I feel your pain, brother. I can't even get my Wi-Fi to work.
We just signed him to a contract extension before this episode, and this is how he's debuting.
So
yeah, we've seen those performers.
To me, I think Harper took a little of Alec Boehm's baby medicine. Because he was a baby all last offseason. Sounds like Harper's going to be a baby all this offseason.
Also, you're saying that, yeah, get Slim.
I was wondering if those two text and communicate. I would love to see what those two are saying to each other, especially.
Right. And we got Chris N in the chat, who actually submitted a nice question. We're going to get to that soon. He said, I definitely don't need to be seeing Slim this clearly.
Right. No one does.
And then real quick, and then we'll get to our next raffle, folks. I think what Dave, this is Josh, I think what Dave did is right. He's just trying to fire up Harper. He did not do anything in the postseason. Harper needs to step up as a leader. It's a good point, Josh.
I'm with Josh.
The most common consensus for people that were on Dave's side. All right, folks. Bones, let's get that next one going.
All right. We got raffle number 2 up. We got a cool two-sided Phillies beer koozie. And this one's for like a smaller can, one of them 12-ounce Love City Lagers or Bud Light. Ooh, yeah. One of them bad boys in here. So without further ado, I'm going to draw the second name here. And the winner is Nick Stangler.
Whoa.
Nick Stangler is the winner of this nice beer koozie. So congratulations to Nick.
That's a really nice koozie.
This will be in the mail soon.
Congratulations, Nick. All right, guys, let's move on to our second question. We just teased this up here. We have, if you had to pick one for the next 2 years on this Phillies team out of Schwarber and Realmuto, who would it be? That's Paul from Substack. Let's start with you, Bones.
If I had to pick one, man, this is killing me.
I thought that was a good question. That's why I picked it.
Yeah, I would go with JT Realmuto.
Okay.
He's going to be a cheaper option. And he's just so valuable to the pitching staff that we have. And I know both of them are leaders.
Right.
And Schwarber would his contract's just going to be too big. Like, if I had to pick, his contract's going to be bigger. And so there's more chance of a downfall later in that contract. But for 2 years, I would go with Schwarber or Realmuto over Schwarber.
Yeah, and I mean, you hit the nail on the head there, because honestly, you have to consider the contract, right? Because if you don't, you're not looking at this in the real world. So because of the contract is going to be probably double for Schwarber, and he doesn't give you the two-way aspect. If you're looking at only 2 years, I think it's fair to go JT.
Yeah.
What he does for the team, what he does for the pitching staff, all of that. If you started talking 3, 4, 5 years, it changes a little bit, but I thought that 2-year aspect, and I'm sure when Paul asked that, he was considering it. This is a pretty, it's a flip of a coin depending on who you're talking to.
Yep.
We lost Slim again, but we're going to plow ahead here, and let's go to our next giveaway. I like this kind of this fire giveaways here. What do we got?
We're back to a double-sided koozie here. So this side we got the blue I should work for QVC. We got the blue and then a little different baby blue writing, I guess. Then we got the red Phillies here, Phillies P. Here we go. Winner number 3 is Shane R.
Shane R.
Shane R.
Congratulations.
Shane R. It's actually 2 guys are in the chat, so that's good.
Chat activity pays off, folks. So there you go. Congratulations to you. And Willie D just said you lose half your offense. I hear you, Willie, but he doesn't play defense, and he's probably going to cost us like $35 million next year or $30 million, whatever it's going to be. So compared to JT, where you know what you're getting on both sides of offense and defense. Let's transition to our next question here. And this is from Steve in the chat. We're going to keep it on Steve from Twitter. What would be your plan B, staying on Schwarber, if we lose Schwarber?
Plan B, if we sign somebody from, like, we'll get into further. I haven't really looked at the free agents, but a couple out there, or maybe throw some money at Kyle Tucker out in right field, get that outfielder, another outfielder that we need. But there's other guys out there.
What about one of these Japanese guys that are getting thrown around there? That would be a big get.
Yeah, that third baseman that's going to be posted. He only had, what do you have, like 17 homers in like 72 games or something like that. So
there's him. That's Kazuma Okamoto. He's the 29-year-old, exactly right. And then there's the 25-year-old who is Mukitaka Murakami. I'm sure I butchered that. Tried my best, sir. He's a 25-year-old. He's the guy that has like insane power. He has a 56 home run year. So we get one of those guys, plug them into DH.
But his posting is going to be way different, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. But those are the 2 names that you're seeing getting thrown around there. All right. So, and the second question is Painter being overhyped? Steve said he would have traded him while they still could.
It certainly looks like it, and I hope it's really not, because Phillies missed out on could have missed out on or they did miss out on a few guys they could have had. One being Garrett Crochet last year, and I wasn't big on him last year because I thought, like, with his injury history and all that, but he certainly seems legit after going with Boston. So he's definitely a deal breaker.
He's definitely legit, and I think we're going to see Painter bounce back maybe this year. It's just a little bit slower development, and I still think he has a ton of talent and stuff, so he can still be dealt if needed. Going into next year, when my internet went out again, I would definitely think Schwarber is more important, especially for next year, than Remuto, for obvious reasons. I'm definitely still in on Painter. I do think we should look to acquire another top of the rotation type arm. And I would love for that guy to be Suarez, but I'm completely unsure where we stand with him.
And this is why you can't say a guy like Payne, in my opinion. Like, I hear what you're saying, Bones, is overhyped based upon the fact that we didn't get to see him last year. So depending on how we're looking at it, I'm framing it from just like overall. He's like 22 years old, 21. Think about it. A guy like Christopher Sanchez. We think Christopher Sanchez is pretty young, right? He's 28. Because a guy like Christopher Sanchez, you can have him for another 7-8 years. Painter's 22. So that's a guy who has so much time ahead of him. Like, this is a generational type guy based off everything we're seeing. So you can't give up on him yet. But last year was disappointing. We were excited. How many Andrew Painter podcasts did we do last year? Like, we talked about him so much. We didn't get to see him throw one pitch. So that was a big tease.
Bones, who would you rather have? The entirety of Carlos Carrasco's career or Andrew Painter for the rest of his career?
The entirety of Carlos Carrasco's career.
Oh, my God. You serious?
Dude, he was good.
You're out of your mind.
All right.
That's crazy. You're out of your mind.
We have Bruce in the chat saying painters are never overhyped. I guess Bruce is a painter. So shout out to you. So
Absolutely.
let's move on here, boys.
Well, considering his name on there says Bruce Painter.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I missed that. Missed that part. We got a red corner hat giveaway, folks. Bones, who do we got?
Check that one out. And the winner is, please don't be. Who we got? We got Mike D. Mike D. is
Mike
the winner
D.
of draw 4.
Congratulations, Mike D.
Ooh, good call. Good call.
Instagram guy or something like that. We'll find you. We'll reach out. We'll get that shipped over to you. Congratulations, Mike. You are the proud winner of this bad ass trucker hat. Let's keep it moving here. We have our next question. Percentage chance that you believe Ranger Suarez gets signed by the Phillies. Let's start with you, Slim, before your internet goes.
Yeah, before my internet goes, I'm really, really, really unsure. And if we do bring him back, I'm going to be so happy. I don't think there's another signing. Even Schwarber. I mean,
Give me a percentage, Slim. Give me a percentage.
33%.
Oh, wow, that's high. Okay.
Yeah, if there's 3 teams in the race, we're definitely one of the 3 teams in the race.
All right.
I'm going to go with 10%. And the reason I'm actually giving that much is because Ranger has stated like how he wants to be here, right? So maybe he gets a little discount. But Scott Boras is his agent. Phillies are playing hardball with one of his clients. I'm sure it's going to overspill into that client.
What do we think it means for that? That's a great point. That's incredible.
It means a lot,
right? It does mean a lot because
especially with that scumbag.
So what do we think? Because Boras is definitely upset. He's definitely advising Suarez, saying, "I told Harper this, I told Harper that, and some things maybe didn't get done entirely the way they want, and now he's underpaid." Because Harper feels a certain way looking at the salaries, man. I even messed up the other day and said he made more than he does.
Yeah, you did. So Jim Bowden, who does his annual contract predictions, which are usually, pretty credible, to be honest, he predicted Suarez at where's this at? 6 years, 164. So quick math, what's that, like 27 million or so a year? So that's right on par of what we were predicting, right?
That's it's a lot, man. That's 6 years. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. And is it good for Schwarber, man? Because you've seen, the long term, the value might not be there exactly. There might be more creative ways to get yourself paid, especially with the strike coming up. Do these owners want to go long term? That might be more for some of these middling players, maybe, but it's a nugget.
Fair. And I'm going to go 7%. 7% chance that we sign him. All right, Bones. I'm loving this kind of machine gun raffle here. So let's keep it going.
All right, we got the third and final koozie. That's another 2-sided koozie.
That's
all
nice.
Right. Yeah, it's for the tall slim cans.
I was going to say that looks a little bit taller.
And the winner is, let's see, who the wheel picks today. We got Chris T. Chris T.
Congratulations,
winner of this koozie.
There you go, brother. We will find you, and we will get that shipped out to you, sir.
Congratulations.
All right, so Chris N., he was in the chat earlier. Now we got his question coming up here. Are we going to address Bones saying I was out of my mind for supporting Bohm when he was our only hitter to show up versus the Dodgers? So, Bones, that's coming right at your throat, so I'm going to let you take that.
Yeah, I mean, he did after when he made that comment, he didn't do shit. Let's make that clear. It was after that when he started, he had the game where he had a couple walks, scored a couple runs. But yeah, he did. He had a good postseason all in all.
6 walks. Love that.
Yeah. That's all I got.
No, that's fair.
I don't know. I don't think he's going to be a Philly next year.
We'll get into that. Anything to add on that, Slim? I know you were kind of all about his postseason performance.
Yeah, and again, I think he was first in walks for us, and he doubled the guy who was in second. So This is not the time to be out on Bohm. If anything, not this time exactly, but at some point last hot stove season, we all came, I thought, to a consensus that his bang for the buck was actually better than a Bregman's, and I'm still there. I'm pro Bohm over Bregman, and this postseason performance showed me a little bit. I do wish he had more power, but he's fine. I'm fine with him at third base.
Yeah, I'm not as big on the overspend on Bregman as a lot of people. I'm really not. It's just there's something about it. It's not. I mean, Tucker would be blank check. Tucker's blank check. Bregman, I'm really like, he's got to really. Yeah.
This may be interesting because people are definitely going to say he's way, way, way better than Bohm at third base, and it may be true. It may be true.
Right.
But what if you move from this? If you put Bregman at second base, and now you got Bohm and you got Bregman, and they're all hitters.
And then you're just kind of not using Stott or Sosa.
Well,
not that that's. I mean, yeah, Bregman.
I think a lot of people are probably like this. Yeah.
I don't think it's crazy. I'm just.
Well, they might be included. And who knows? It just opens up some things that would be very interesting. Or even if I would love to see if we could keep Bohm and Bregman in the same lineup somehow.
Interesting.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
I think most people would think that Bohm is a likely trade package if that happens, but who knows? I mean, nothing would surprise me. And there was talk for Bregman to play second for the Red Sox this offseason, right? That was actually what he was expecting to play before all that drama happened with Devers.
Yeah.
Could you imagine moving to second for Bohm then?
Yeah, I don't know about that. But, all right, so just to set the record straight here, Chris N. in the chat, going back to his comment, he's saying he actually made that comment about Bohm at Game 2. So just to set the record straight. And then we got Josh in the chat saying Bohm stepped up big in the postseason. And Billy says, yeah, JT was hitting also. Yeah, I mean, our only two hitters that showed up were JT and Bohm, 100%. So good call, Willie D. All right. What do you got? What else you got for us giveaways? You have like one or two other things, right?
We got one last one.
Okay.
And this one, we started out with a banger. We're going to end with a banger here.
Okay.
We got a Phillies 30x60 beach towel.
Ooh. Oh, that's nice.
Here's the look of it right there. Little says Bank Park. So, without further ado, this is nice. Actually,
that is really nice. You can see that high quality fabric through the screen, man.
Yeah. So here we go. The winner is Kelly M. Kelly M.
Congratulations, Kelly M. We will contact you and send that over to you. Congratulations. Another lucky winner. Let's keep it moving. And we have a couple more prizes, guys. So don't go anywhere. We have a couple more prizes, and we think you're going to like them. So next question here is, this is an interesting thing. So this is for more of like the Red Corner behind the scenes. Have you guys ever thought about bringing on a guest or interviewing maybe players or coaches? So I'll start off with this, and I want to hear your thoughts. So anyone that has followed the Red Corner, you know that we have not had one guest. It's been our three ugly mugs for a year straight. We just had our year anniversary. So to be honest, there's two ways I look at this. We really appreciate our ability to kind of just shoot from the hip and speak openly and honest. So there have been different people that have reached out with connections. Hey, should we talk to this player, stuff like that? I'd be more inclined to talk to maybe like a former player that isn't as dialed in, right? Obviously, if Bryce Harper reached out to us and said, we want to come on your podcast, we're going to say, yes, that's not happening. But we kind of like the ability to kind of just shoot from the hip and be completely honest. Where do you guys land on that?
Yeah, I'm with you with all that, but I think something special is always right around the corner. So stay tuned. That's how I look at it.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't come here with like straight notes. We're got these mailbag questions. We're just spilling the beans right here.
Yeah,
and yeah, that's the way I like it. But I think we can get somebody on. We got a couple friends of the program that have reached out. Definitely.
Not until this internet's fixed. Not until this internet is fixed.
Yeah. Can you imagine if we had like a big time? It would just be an absolute disaster. I wouldn't even do it, honestly, at this point. But yeah,
I think they would love it.
Nah, new laptop. I'm actually, like you said, I gotta get hardwired straight from the cable right into it, like the old school AOL days.
And remember, folks, if you're still here with us, please, we are closing. I should have said this earlier. We are 2 subscribers away from 1,400. So maybe you can be the 1,400th subscriber. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You guys know it helps. And remember, theredcornerpod.com, theredcornerpod.com. That's where you can find all of our brand new merch. Let's go to our next question here, guys. That was a good one. Thanks, Josh. All right. This is a cool one, too. Who do you think will have more hits in 2026, Justin Crawford or Aiden Miller? Slim.
Ooh. Justin Crawford, right?
Okay.
I think Justin Crawford, I think he's going to be playing from day one. It may Aiden Miller, it's a little bit more crowded. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I think it's Crawford. Just for the reason Chris said, he's going to be up here from the get-go. Dombrowski and Thompson both talked about that, so that's what I think.
Yeah, so 2 ways I would look at that. Number one, there's a scenario where Miller might not even come up in 2026, right? Like that wouldn't be insane if that happened. I hope he does. I'm really rooting for him. And even if they were both playing, I think I would probably lean Crawford just based off what we saw him do at a higher level, for a longer period of time last year. We have Slim frozen again. So let's see here. Perfect. We're going to go like this. There you go. You're back now. All right. So he's back. All right. So let's do our next. This is our final raffle. We're going to do another. Can you still do another one, Bones? Do you have the ability to?
No, that's it. That's all I got here.
Perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. All right. So we're closing on the raffles, but we have a couple more questions here for you folks because we had some good ones. And chat, if you have any questions you'd like us to address, we'll do them off the dome live here. So please let us know. So we're done for the raffles. This is a funny one. So out of you 3, who has the best chance at the 999 challenge? All right, so I'm going to raise my hand and remove myself. I can't compete with them in this arena. I'll give my vote, and I'm going to hear what they say.
I think Chris has the best chance at that.
Okay.
I can't get down 9 hot dogs. I could tackle 9 beers with the best of them, but them 9 hot dogs, that's another animal. If it was 9 ice creams, I'd definitely do that.
Oh, so that's going to be the Red Corner 999.
Ooh.
So that's a disaster. 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, 9 ice creams.
That's an expensive day.
That's an expensive day. I mean, the 999 is an expensive day as it is.
Yeah.
We got to figure out what that price is. Not that baby one that they were selling in the playoffs either. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's a disgrace. But
hold on. I'll do it now. What's it? 9 hot dogs. Probably the ice cream or the hot dogs. So
beers are what? $16 now?
Yeah.
Well,
you only need 4.5 of them.
Yeah.
They're 25 ounces.
Oh, true.
So that's $72 right there, and an ice cream's $10 a pop.
Oh my God! So it's like almost, wow,
$160, $170.
All for the love of the game. All right, so I'm gonna vote for Slim on that too, just because I feel like he's got you on the dogs.
Yeah.
I'd be able to do the dogs. I don't know if I could handle all those beers in that short period of time, personally. But let's keep it rolling here. So this is a fun question. Who is your second favorite MLB team? This is from TJ on Twitter.
Oh, my second favorite. Well, based off, they're non-existent no more. It's the Montreal Expos just because of the hat. That's mine. I ain't going to root for somebody that's already in the league. And then back, like I said before, is whoever Scott Rowland was playing for.
Right. So that's a good one. So when I was younger, I like to see the Red Sox win. I kind of, I got behind them since they were, just like the Cubs, they were lovable losers. I like to see them win. Once they've won, now that they kind of been one of the evil empires, that slowly has faded away from me. So now I think, Slim, the question is, who's your second favorite MLB team? Now I think I root for the Orioles if I'm not rooting for the Phils. I'm down in the Maryland area a good amount, and they're in the American League. They are the smaller market team compared to the Red Sox and Yankees in their division. I like to see the O's win. Who do you got, Slim? And he's muted.
Like I said, I got to be careful with the because I don't know when I'm on, when I'm off here anymore.
Is this the all-time worst?
All time
Yeah.
worst.
This is the worst
scenario, circumstance, biggest episode of all time. It's absolutely, like I said, it's Kirkering to a T.
Yeah. Slim, we got to have some type of combination of you and Kirkering.
Yeah, he's going to be the first interview. It's me and him in therapy because both our futures are absolutely shot. But first off, I would probably Bones would be a favorite, and I would beat him in the 999. And I'm a Notre Dame fan, so you already know that my second favorite team is the New York Yankees. My second favorite team is the New York Yankees.
That's a horrible answer. I didn't think it was going to get worse until you said that. Wow.
It's American history. Like, it is baseball. They got the museum. It's beautiful up there.
Oh, stop.
The Bronx is beautiful. It's a beautiful part of the Bronx, I should say.
Their park's interesting. Interesting. So Willie D saying a true fan doesn't have a second team. I hear you, Will. I'm just answering the question here from TJ on Twitter. If I had to pick a second team, I'm going Orioles. I don't root for them to win. I just say if I had to pick a second team, they're my second team.
100%.
I mean, Yankees is
yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, I didn't know that about you.
Who else? The Blue Jays? We got people cheering for the Blue Jays.
I think that actually. Here we go. So this is our
Cowboys fan too.
This is exactly. So here is our final question, unless the chat fires off anything. So give me a wild card Phillies player for a trade, meaning a player that might be traded on the Phillies. I'll start with you on this one, Bones.
I think we already talked about it. Alec Bohm, I think he's one of them. Maybe Aaron Nola, if somebody could take that contract.
That would be a real wild card.
Yeah, just for that, I would go Aaron Nola.
I would think about trading Strahm. I think Strahm would be my wild card. You're not thinking about it. He has some value. We got some guys who perform just like Strahm, that are much cheaper than Strahm. So I think that's an interesting thing, especially you saw Dombrowski, he didn't take practice. That was great stuff. That was awesome.
That's a good answer. Yeah, that's definitely a great wild card. And to your point, we have Alvarado coming back next year. Maybe he takes over the Strahm role and we revamp our bullpen all around. So I like that. I'm going to go Bryson Stott. That's my wild card. Do I think it's going to happen? No. But I think he's got a little bit of value for that second half that he had. Great defense, age, contract, all that stuff. So that's my wild card. Boys, anything else you want to get off your chest here? We hit a lot there. This was an exciting episode. The chat was awesome tonight. So chat, if you have any other questions, let us know. So I want to just kind of remind everybody of this. We just had our 1-year anniversary for the podcast. We're going to have a very informal party at Love City on Friday, November 7th. If you want to stop over, Love City Brewing in Philadelphia, Friday, November 7th, stop over. The beers are on the Red Corner. We'll buy you a couple beers. Come over, say hi. This is just it. Obviously, there's no Phillies to watch. We're just going to hang out. You're welcome to join us. What's else on your mind, boys?
Kyle Schwarber, I saw 5 years, 160 being floated around out there. And if that's the deal, that's a deal. You got to do that.
32 million a year.
Yeah, I'm on that. What? Good? Right. I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah, that sounds like a good deal. But I'll go 4 max.
That's one of those things where when you hear the announcement, you're excited, right? You're excited because we got Schwarber back. And then in 2 years, you're going to say, I wish it was a 4-year deal, right? Like that's probably how that goes. But
yep, exactly.
It comes down to how fast you think they're hitting, because all he does is hit. And as of now, I haven't seen anything, but sometimes it goes fast, I'm sure. But I'm in for 2 years, and I'll take a swing with him for, imagine if that's like 8th. Imagine he's your 8th hole hitter. Obviously, the issue is he has to DH.
Yep.
Right. 100%. Yeah, that's one of the
That's
biggest
the issue.
All right, so let's close things down here. We're going to do one final call to action. Remember, guys, if you can be so kind and if you can afford it in your budget, take a look down there below. We have our Stop the Stigma black T-shirt. 100% of all proceeds of that shirt were going to the Pink Elephant Movement, which is a Philadelphia-based nonprofit organization, phenomenal organization. They help families and children that have been impacted by addiction. Obviously, it's impossible to be living in the Philly area and not either be directly impacted or know somebody that's impacted by addiction, or maybe you haven't been impacted and you just want to support the cause. So that's a way to get involved. All of the money's going directly towards that organization. Close it down. Closing thoughts, Bones. What do you got for us?
Who you guys think is going to win the World Series? I mean, the next time we come on here, World Series is going to be over. Right now, it's tied 1-1. Probably like the 3rd inning of the game Game 3 right now. Who do you think is going to take it all?
I think the Dodgers go up and win the next 2 games. They're going to go up 3-1. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if they win this 4-1 or if they win it 4-2. I don't see this going 7, and I see the Dodgers winning.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the Dodgers, I mean, they're a machine.
Layup.
Yamamoto has looked stunning. We've been the only person that could get after Yamamoto, it feels like, right?
Yeah.
He's a monster. Their pitching is just ridiculous. And honestly, we talked about this last year. The Dodgers are the most likable evil empire, right? With the Freddie Freemans, the Mookie Betts out there. Obviously, people love to talk about the fact that they have the ridiculous payroll. They're a pretty likable team, which is unfortunate for people who lose to them like we just did.
Right.
I like Toronto in 7.
Toronto in 7. Okay. Love it.
Yeah, let's hope so. That would be huge. They say the owners are really going to lean into all this Dodgers cap stuff if they do win it in 5 or 6, like and me and Diva were predicting. So there is a part of me that hates making that prediction, but if I'm being honest, that's what I think is going to happen. Hopefully, maybe I'm wrong, because if there's a strike, we're going to hate that. We're going to hate that.
Yep, we're going to hate that 100%. All right, on that note, guys, we will see you next week. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing this all off season. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. We'll see you soon, Red Riders. Go Phils.